Hey, sorry I'm a little late to this. I had something going on yesterday, so I could not catch the State of Play stream, but I watched it this morning, and now I'm here to tell you my thoughts about it. And you know what? Just to get it out of the way, this is good. This is good. This is a good State of Play. They did it. They did it. They finally did it. And it was like an hour long too. That's pretty impressive. They gave us an hour-long State of Play. That was like, no, that was good. That was like pretty consistently good. But yeah, I'll give more overall thoughts at the end. If I have more, I don't know. Maybe that was it. That really might have been enough overall thoughts. I don't know. We'll see. But let's just start talking about the games. Not going to hit every single one. I'm going to go over the highlights, the stuff that stood out to me. Let us begin. Presentation began with the reveal of Kain, Scars of Cosmora, a sequel to Kain, Bridge of Spirits. Was that a launch title for the PS5, or was that just like a very early title? I cannot remember. I did not play the original, but I came very close. It was one of those games that definitely piqued my interest, and I think just there wasn't any one thing about it that quite pushed me over the edge. You know, like I read a lot of reviews, and the general consensus seemed to be that it was like a really good game, really solid, but like maybe not like particularly stellar in any one area. I'm sure plenty of people would disagree, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I gotta be choosy here. So like if I'm not completely sold, it's hard for me to take the plunge. So I'm really happy to see this sequel here. I don't know if it's the kind of thing where I'd be missing out if I started with the sequel, but I really do like the look of it. Because, like, visually, that's, like, the visuals were really what captured my interest. A really cool fantasy world. I love, like, the creatures and stuff. And everything here just kind of seems to be that, but, like, more and bigger and better. Love the monsters here. The whole thing is kind of, like, a little bit more, maybe slightly more mature. Just, like, kind of a slight more darkish edge to it, perhaps. The environments look really, really neat. Yeah, no, love the monsters. Love the monsters that she's fighting. So, I don't know. You know, I will say one point against it is the original seemed to have a way bigger focus on the magical little forest creatures. You know me. You know how I love my magical little forest creatures, and I don't see many of those in this here trailer. They seem to have had it. Someone in chat put it. The de-Pikminization. They've de-Pikminified this game. Not sure about that. But apart from that disappointment, it does look good. It does look good. I'm still not 100% sure if I am gonna give this one a whirl, but it is tempting me all over again because I really do like the look of it. They showed off a little bit more Pragmata. I love Capcom because, like, whenever they've got a game coming out, like they did this with Monster Hunter too. Just like anybody who's got a presentation and their platform is gonna have our game on it, just give them a trailer. Like every single one. Just get, like, is it a Nintendo Direct where Resident Evil's just give them a new trailer? Is it a PlayStation thing? Is it Summer Game Fest? Doesn't matter. Just give them a trailer. It's just like always like a nice little treat. And so they've given us another little taste of Pragmata. And the trailer itself doesn't really, like, reveal much. I do want to mention it, though, just to say, I played the demo. Really, really promising. Like, way more promising than I expected. Like, before, you know, this game, it's been in development for a long time. I wasn't really sure if I was interested. I was kind of, like, open to the idea of becoming interested. After playing the demo, like, no, I'm straight up interested now. Like, this game, it's so Resident Evil. Like, it's got so much Resident Evil DNA, but they've taken, like, the basic idea, come about it from a slightly different angle, given it a totally different vibe and setting and everything, and I think that's great. You take what's good about the Resident Evil combat and kind of, like, change it, recontextualize it. I don't know. Yeah, like, you owe it to yourself to play the demo, at least, if you're like me and you're big on Resident Evil. Just very fun. Like, it's a really short demo too, and yet even in just that short demo, it's extremely cool. Speaking of Capcom and Resident Evil, then they gave us a new trailer for Requiem, which I did not watch. Like, you gotta stop. Like, we're sold. We're done. We're ready. So just like, I'm just gonna shut it down right there. I do not need to see anymore. Thank you very much. And then yeah, they gave us another Legacy of Kain remaster. They seem to be doing a really good job with these. People seem to be really, I never played the originals, but I do think it's really great that people are enjoying this so much, and now they are giving us more. Then they gave us a new trailer for Control Resonant. Actually, it was a gameplay trailer. Like, it actually showed some real gameplay. And yeah, like this was revealed at the Game Awards, right? And I already talked about that trailer a little bit. How I didn't play the original Control. It was kind of like Kain, a Bridge of Spirits, where like I came really, really, really close, probably even closer with Control. I like the look of it. I never did it, but I'm feeling pretty swayed by Control Resonant, and this new trailer here, this gameplay, it does look very good. It really does look good. I think just like creatively, visually, just the look of the creature, it's just like it's so stylish, you know, in a lot of ways. It's just, you know, it's a third person action game, sure. But like they've been talking about how it's got like more RPG elements. So like if you're kind of like, you've got the RPG elements kind of underpinning the whatever word I should be using, the gameplay, kind of holding up the gameplay, then you've definitely got my interest. And then yeah, just the setting, just the weird vibe about the whole thing. It seems very it's just really interesting. It's really trippy, and I've really got my eye on this one. And in fact, I mean, it's funny because I was like, oh, maybe I'll just, they said you could just start with this one if you want, so maybe I'll just start with this one. But now it's like, yeah, but the original Control is probably like, it's probably cheap. You can probably get it on sale. Oh, maybe I should just go back and play Control. So I'm still trying to figure that out. But at the very least, I can say this do be looking really, really nice. Underscoring? Is that that's not, what word am I thinking of? Under somethinging. Whatever, doesn't matter. Then they gave us a trailer for Beast of Reincarnation, which is being made by Game Freak. And I'm not interested in the game personally, and I don't have too much to say other than, I mean, it's the same thing everyone's saying. It is funny to see what Game Freak is capable of with an actual budget. With an actual budget, an actual, like, real, like, reasonable development timeline, like with some actual time to work on the game. No, it looks good. Then they revealed Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition, which was, I mean, whatever, like one step down from Shadow Drop. It was announced for the next day. It came out today, which is amazing. I think it's really funny that there are so many versions of the original Rayman that's like its own collection. Like it's a collection of different versions of Rayman, including like a long lost prototype or something. That's really cool. Although I did just look it up, and apparently they kind of screwed it up. Like, apparently it's got a bunch of issues. Mainly, they, like, replaced all the music. Are you kidding me? Like, what's even the point? Like, you can't just reply. I mean, there's probably, like, some silly legal reason or something, but, like, I don't know. Changing out a game's music. Like, you're changing its soul. You're changing its identity. You can't just do that. So, yeah, I don't know. That's pretty disappointing. So, yeah, really sorry, Rayman fans, because otherwise, it's a very cool announcement. Okay. All right. So, what is the Project Windless? What even is this game? I guess I should look it up. I should, like, research it, but I kind of don't want to. I think it's more fun this way. I saw the trailer, and I know nothing else about it. But, like, overall, it's just like, it's I don't know, it's a third-person action game. I don't even know exactly what, like, one kind it is. You know, it gives the vibe of, like, a Souls-like, so maybe it'll be something like that, or it might not at all. It really might just be, like, a basic, like, melee third-person action game. But, like, you know, you got fights, you got boss battles, you've got, these, like, big battles with lots of units, more on, like, the warriors side of things. But then it kind of looks like you also, like, I'm hoping that it's also kind of just like an adventure game, like with exploration, because you do have like these big landscapes, and it shows them kind of like flying around and exploring. Hopefully, that's, I mean, you know, obviously that's where I like a more open adventure-y kind of thing. I don't know, but like it's all of these things, and the main character is a chicken guy. He's a chicken guy. He's like a chicken, but he's like a cool, buff, like chicken warrior guy. And I love this. I think, I don't know, it plays it so straight. It plays it so straight. Like if you just didn't look at the main character, you didn't really focus on the fact that he's a chicken guy with a chicken head and like walking around with chicken feet. Like, it's just a normal game. And I like it too because I feel like, yeah, it says it's based on a book or something. I don't know if like, it's not playing it for laughs. And I don't know if it is intended to be funny in its own way, but if it is supposed to be at least a little bit funny, then I would expect the rest of the game to be a bit more like generic, but it's not. It's still got its own pretty strong style, like this very like I mean, obviously like you've got a bunch of different influences, but you've got like a very like culty kind of thing, like dark magic sort of thing going on. Reminds me of like Hellblade. And so it's got some uniqueness to it, and I really do like the look of it. I like the look of all of the bad guys. So it's like otherwise a pretty cool looking game, and then on top of that, you got a chicken guy. I don't know, like you've piqued my interest. Let's just say that. At the very, very least, I am interested to learn more about Project Windless. So then, this was really interesting. Within this Sony State of Play, they had like a whole entire section dedicated to Konami, which is, I mean, well, it's interesting for multiple reasons. One, let's just start with the fact that Konami's making games again. Like, remember, like there was a period of time when they just kind of weren't. They had just like kind of decided that it wasn't worth making video games. They tossed out a couple that were like absolute garbage. They were focusing mainly on like pachinko machines or slot machines or something, like all their like gambling casino stuff. Like they just, I don't know, they like owned these IPs, but they weren't doing anything with them. And it was weird and kind of stupid. But yeah, no, they're back. They are back, and they are making a lot of video games again. So yeah, it's interesting that they are doing that, and it's also interesting that it was basically like a Konami mini direct within this State of Play. Like they had their own like mini, like a quarter of this thing was taken up by just Konami games, and they actually had like a ton of really significant announcements. Yeah, another Metal Gear Solid collection, including 4, which apparently has been like stuck on the PS3 like forever, so everybody was freaking out about that. That's really cool. And then okay, yeah, new Castlevania, Belmont's Curse, like that yeah, no, I you know, I'm not a Castlevania guy, but no, yeah, apparently they haven't got, like, basically the amount of time that it took for us to get Metroid Dread is what everyone said, like, you know, 18, 19 years. It's basically been that long since the last Castlevania game. Like, yeah, like back on the DS or something. Like, real, true, mainline, 2D, Metroidvania Castlevania game. So, yeah, I mean, that's a huge deal. That's a really, really, really huge deal. That is a genuine bombshell announcement right there. So that's really, really cool. And then, yeah, also, like, they're just going ham on Silent Hill. They're just going to town, which is funny because, you know, like usually a big publisher being like, all right, let's start pumping out a bunch of games. Usually that's a bad thing. Usually that's going to affect the quality. And yet, like, no, Silent Hill 2 remake was apparently really good. Silent Hill F was apparently really good. And that came out like last year. And they're already giving us a new one. Another, like, is there going to be like a brand new Silent Hill game every year? And again, this should be a bad thing. And, you know, it could turn into a bad thing. It absolutely could. But at least at the moment, like, this one looks good too. Like, it's like Townfall. It looks great. Yeah, apparently it's all first person. The main character, I don't know what's going on. Like, there's some weird trippiness going on, and it looks like he was just in a hospital. Is there a time loop or something? I don't know. But based on this little trailer, I'm very interested. I'm super duper interested. I want to see what's up with this protagonist. I want to know what's going on. Like, they have captured my attention, and I need to start playing these games. I really do. Whether it's F or 2 remake, I need to finally get into Silent Hill. I really do. Then they gave us a trailer for Marathon, and I will say I'm a little disappointed. You know, as always, like, I'm not a big multiplayer guy. live service kind of guy. My main problem here was that they had me in the first half. The first part of this trailer, before I knew what it was seemed really cool. The visuals were cool. It was really trippy. It just like, it gave the vibes of like one of those like psychological thriller horror sci-fi like first person single player games. And like there was some little, like the writing, it's like really good. Like just like the voiceover and stuff, just a couple of the lines they dropped were like really good, like really just kind of like poetic. And I'm like, oh, like what is this? I'm really interested. And then it was Marathon, and it's a live service multiplayer game, and I'm just like, why though? And see, and I know that it's like, it's not like you're not allowed to have a live service multiplayer game that is also these other things. Naturally, whatever your game is, you want it to be as good as possible. I guess I just thought it was surprising. It really seemed to be selling itself as a different kind of experience than the one it ultimately seems to have delivered. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird, but oh well. Then they revealed that they are remaking the original God of War trilogy, which is awesome. Like that's really, really cool. Yeah, I played the first game. I haven't played any of the other ones. I think it's kind of surprising it's taken them this long. I like that they are announcing it as a trilogy instead of like making us go through this whole thing for years just to get like the first one. And it's like, they were very short. They were pretty short, right? The first few games. So it sounds like they're turning it into like one kind of package. So that's pretty neat. It is a little disappointing to see that it's like in early development. So it's like we still are going to have to wait like several years before it comes out. But it's neat that it's coming. But even more surprising, though, God of War Sons of Sparta. A real, like, not on my bingo card kind of moment. Like, it's like a prequel, but it's like a 2D platformer. Could potentially... I haven't looked it up yet. I haven't read reviews. Because it shadow dropped, right? But, like, it looked like it might have been a Metroidvania. Whatever the case, though. 2D... combat, like pixel graphics, God of War prequel. All right, like yeah, sure, great. No, it looks really nice. The art is really nice. It just completely left field. Yeah, I just looked it up real quick just to see what people are saying, but it seems it's there's no like one critical consensus yet because again they shadow dropped the thing, so I guess publications are still playing it to see what they think. But yeah, no, I mean, whatever the case though, like it's just cool. It was just a really cool way to close out the presentation. No, yeah, it was good. It was a good presentation. The fact that it was an hour long and yet it didn't really drag. You know, like there was definitely filler in there. There were some bits and pieces here that were like, yeah, okay, but like it never lasted too long. It never put too much of a spotlight on any one thing. It just kept moving and moving and moving. And if you can say anything bad about it, it's that there wasn't like that much PlayStation exclusive stuff compared to the other stuff. Like most of this was multi-plat. Most of this was third party. At the same time, that's 2 God of War announcements, so that's going to be Sony exclusive. Well, I mean, you know, they'll bring it to like PC or whatever. Soros got a thing. Ghost of Yotei Legends. Kain, Scars of Cosmore. Okay, so I mean, like there was stuff in here. There was some PlayStation stuff in here. It was very like dominated by the multiplats though. But like it still made for a great presentation. You know, there were a lot of genuine reveals in there. Like yeah, I mean like Castlevania, like a brand new Castlevania game. That's huge. That's really, really huge. So yeah, between the new announcements and the update trailers for older games, that was good. That was a good Sony state of play. Just a little bit of that. They did it. I don't want to, I mean like, you know, I don't follow Sony super closely. I can't remember every single state of play that there has been. But I feel like that. I mean, I talked to Kain. He's more of a Sony guy than I am, and you know, my perspective, my impression is that I don't think there has been one state of play where people were like, "That was good," like just that was good. it kind of seems like they're all pretty disappointing. And he does echo that sentiment. I don't know if everybody does, but like for the most part, it just kind of feels like every single time we're waiting for one to be good. We're waiting for one to like justify its existence. And you know what? I don't know. I couldn't tell you if this actually is the first time or not, but this one does. This was a good one. Good job, Sony.